As you are all aware that you process your license through the core, you are reminded that the core remains your only regulator, and security reports which must be rendered on monthly basis, and it must be directed straight to the core. To ensure this, you do not call for the hammers of your regulator. I will give you some of the riot acts that could attract sanction from the core, which includes but not limited to the following. 1, your license is not transferable and can be revoked if you fail to renew it as and when due. 2, you are prohibited from using firearms, but if you have a job that can or that may require the use of arms, our armed squad in our state commands will be provided to you. You are to liaise with heads of our formations in various states. Use of ranks. Use of ranks of any kind and the commensurate accoutrement that has semblance to the military or paramilitary outfit is therefore prohibited. You are not allowed to use insignias that has a semblance of any military or paramilitary uniform. No company should engage in training of guards without the involvement of our state commands because of your location. The biometrics of all your guards must be captured in the PSID platform and the number conspicuously displayed on their uniforms. The first-hand information of any major security breach in companies' coverage areas must be reported by the company to the core to avoid sanction. Guards' welfare, very, very important. Very, very important. Because when you have a well-packaged motivational welfare packages for your guards, they will give you their best. So you are to concentrate on their welfare. Welfare must be of priority to companies, as we shall not condone any non-payment of salaries or termination of appointment of guards indiscriminately who have been owned by the companies. If you want to disengage a guard, you must follow the rules. You must pay him in lieu. You don't just disengage somebody like that. Most of that he has given you your service. He has given you his service. While the Riot Act is not exhaustible, I expect that you will always act as good companies that will be seen as partners in progress. The industry is ongoing major reforms, and your support in form of advocacy may be needed as we progress in our effort to make the industry a more viable one and proud of everybody.
So if they see something, they must say something. And that is our new slogan. See something, say something. You don't need to wait. Say it immediately. So that our security operations can start changing from being reactive. Because that's what has been happening. It's more or less reactive. But if we see something and we say something, it will start changing. To change from being reactive to preventive, and that's the way to go.
The nation is being bedeviled with a very serious insecurity crisis, and that is an asymmetric war. And if you want to deal with decisively with an asymmetric war, you must synergize with all stakeholders in terms of credible intelligence. I did not say we arrested herdsmen.
I say we arrested armed herdsmen, illegally armed herdsmen. And we realized that some of them were into rustling of cattle, also into kidnapping. And you know, it is part of our mandate to settle disputes between herdsmen and farmers, and to also give some security protection to our agro-allied investments in the country. And that's what we are doing. There are measures that, you see, I would not like to divulge some of our national security strategy, because when you talk about national security, you must maintain some level of discrete situation, and so I wouldn't want to say so much about national security. But the ultimate aim is that we want to end this crisis, and we want to end it very swiftly, and that's what we're doing.